Zach Cregger's film Barbarian was released on September 9th, 2022. It was made on a reported budget of $4.5 million and made over $45 million at the box office worldwide. The film received a positive critical reception and has become a favorite of horror fans. It stars Georgina Campbell, Bill Skarsgård, and Justin Long. It was written and directed by Zach Cregger, his third film and his solo writing and directing debut. With that brief context unraveled, let's discuss my thoughts on the film. Let's review Barbarian. The film is well made. Technically and aesthetically, there's a lot to like about this film. Cregger does a great job as both writer and director. The script is filled with shifts in perspective, twists and turns, and micro moments of tension building that are expertly executed. Cregger spoke about how the film started as a screenwriting exercise informed by reading the book The Gift of Fear: Survival Signals That Protect Us from Violence by Gavin de Becker. In particular, the exercise was inspired by the section of the book that discussed how women should trust their intuition when it comes to red flags surrounding men they interact with. This inspired him to write a scene that featured a man who exhibited all those red flags to a woman. This ultimately was expanded into Barbarian, and you can tell how that approach is exhibited in the depiction of Bill Skarsgård's character. Before we even get to the true horror of the film, the situation of a double-booked Airbnb raises the anxiety of the picture. Every small moment feels incredibly tense as you see all these small warning signs and are waiting for when the other shoe will fall. This is a great way to develop characters without boring us. It allows the tension to build without the quick release of a jump scare. This is then enhanced later when Tess, our main character, explores the basement after being locked in. Now we get the added tension of finding a torture chamber, but also the questions surrounding Keith are now doubled. Is he involved in some way? This reaches a tipping point when he goes down to the basement and disappears, with Tess only hearing his distant screams. As each layer of mystery is unfolded, a new level of tension is layered on. This is an expert opening to the film and showcases a director with a great sense of horror filmmaking. He understands how to feed the audience information with a drip approach before unleashing chaos. Once that chaos is brought into the picture, that's also executed well. While the design of the monster in the movie feels a bit derivative, it was made before it had become too cliche. I'm not a big fan of leaning on old naked people as a source of horror, and then adding the dimension of an unnaturally tall person makes it feel even more cliched. That being said, however, the way the creature is used is smart. The usage of shadows is effective and allows for the tension to continue to build. I think that the effects are potent, looking gruesome and realistic. The underground layer looks great and has a strong resemblance to the best of the locations in torture porn movies. Once we shift into Justin Long's character, AJ's perspective, the film's humor is truly apparent. Part of the charm of the film is the effective use of humor and the great way it complements the horror. AJ is a scumbag, but he is a very watchable scumbag who is extremely funny. We realize quickly that he is a type of predator, and his falling into the hands of a different type of predator is immensely satisfying. This leads us to the film's well-executed social commentary. Cregger smartly accomplishes this. It feels organic, well-placed in the narrative, and subtle in a way that is still unmistakable. The early scenes play on this tension of men as potential predators, and this is a through line that is continually explored throughout the narrative. I appreciate this being accomplished so well and feeling so natural and part of the story. It's part of why the film feels so refreshing, with the constant shifts in perspective, the wonderful balance of humor and horror, the constant red flags and problematic traits of characters subtly being displayed, and the shifting between multiple methods of horror so seamlessly all fit together to create something that feels so fresh. I see aspects of Raimi, Craven, and even Eli Roth in this film, yet it all feels so organic and unique, and I love the appreciation Cregger shows to the horror genre while evolving it. He isn't content in just paying homage to classics, but instead insists on bringing his unique vision to the genre. The characters are well written and feel real. Tess has been accused of being stupid, but I don't see it that way. Instead, I see her as incredibly brave and having a strong conscience. This is a fresh way of approaching a character who continually makes the wrong decisions regarding her safety and survival. Instead of her just being an idiot, she is shown to be a truly compassionate character who fights to help others. That feels refreshing. Skarsgård's character feels appropriately questionable, but still has the potential to be good or bad, and that helps to add to the continually building tension. Justin Long is hilarious in the film, and his depiction of an unhinged asshole is perfect. The scene with the tape measure is hysterical. I also like that he is shown to be three-dimensional, but at the same time, continually chooses the wrong path and the easy way out. I love the way they build his characterization. The ending of the film is decently executed. There is a small moment, Andre's death scene, that is super predictable and cliched, but for the most part, I like the ending and I feel that it fits with the characters. The cut to the credits at the end is awesome. The film has been compared to *Malignant*, but I don't see that. This film's tonal whiplash is not as extreme, and the humor is accomplished in very different ways in both films. *Malignant* also goes much further and more over the top with its usage of effects and gore, with *Barbarian* just being a much smarter film than *Malignant*, which is a stupid fun movie. The film has nice cinematography, locations, writing, acting, and directing. It's clear that the filmmakers are talented and care about the genre. Kreger showcased a serious talent for this type of filmmaking, and I hope he continues to work within the genre. I have some small critiques surrounding little aspects of the film, like some cliched moments and how I'm not in love with the creature's design. However, there is too much in this film to love to be too caught up with those small blemishes. We even get Richard Brake in this, which is awesome. The film is fast-moving and doesn't overstay its welcome. This is a well-crafted film that deserves all the praise it has gotten. Barbarian is an awesome horror movie. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Barbarian. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.